I just finished drafting in my main league. It's worth a grand in prizes and I'm very nervous. Come check it out. How did it go? It's me, Leo again, the Brazilian fantasy guy, and tonight I'll present you the most important thing for me on fantasy year, which is my main league official draft. 1K on the line. Not only that, but most importantly, my pride and my ego on the line because I'm the current champion. I'm the reigning champion. So I need to defend my crown. And let's see right now how it went. Guys, to start, I tried to record the whole process, the whole draft, but I was silent the majority of time. I was very nervous, analyzing my notes, analyzing my ranks, and the full video, the full recording was over 3.5 hours because, as I said, it's a league that is worth money and everybody's like fantasy freaks and everybody take their time analyzing. In the first rounds we put 5 minutes, but okay, let's focus on the prize, let's focus on the draft. I'm gonna analyze my team, of course, my train of thought behind each pick, and an overall analysis of steals, busts, and what did I like the most and what did I like the least. Okay? Starting with the first round. The first round, as I mentioned before, for me it was pretty obvious. I had the pick 5 and it's a 14 teams league. You see there's more picks on the right. For me it was the obvious choice. It was pretty clear for me that Shea would fall for me because Jokic, Luka, Wemby and Giannis are one tier above, in my opinion. I've seen that Shea is leaving, like is going the first, going the second, going the third pick, fourth pick. But for me, no surprises here. Shea in the 5th pick, a very good pick and a very obvious one. Alright, for me the first pick is the most obvious, Jokic. Then for the 2nd to the 4th, anything can change and everything is right. And then in the 5th pick as well, for me it's a no-brainer, Shea. Then we go with Anthony Davis before Cade Cunningham. It's very interesting, but in a lock-in mode, remind you, it's a points league, sleeper lock-in mode, it makes sense. Because Anthony Davis only needs one big game per week, which he will give you a very strong lock. So I like this pick. Cade Cunningham, very high on him this season. I picked him last season and he was one of the reasons that I won the league because I traded him for James Harden and a lot of other things. Trae Young, very good pick as well. Now, Karl-Anthony Towns, I don't like this pick. It's the first pick that I don't like. Why? I've mentioned before in videos in this channel, but you've seen that his usage and his rebound hunger can fall, can tick down. With Mitchell Robinson, but for me the main thing is the change of the coach. The Thibodeau effect, or where the starters play 40 minutes, is not longer there. So I would avoid Karl-Anthony Towns, and I prefer, for example, some picks that are right after him. But Şengün is not one of them. I really like Şengün, don't get me wrong, but in the 10th, I would prefer somebody else. And not only somebody, but a few names. Which is here, as I can tell you, I really like him. I don't know why a lot of people are low on him. A lot of people are low on him, but I really like him. So it's a pretty good pick here. Ant-Man, it's a, I don't know, it's an interrogation mark. It's a question mark for me, Ant-Man. And I'm not very fan of this pick, to be honest. I prefer names that went after him, such as, and I'm gonna highlight him, Devin Booker. I really like Devin Booker here. And I don't like Banchero a lot here in this range because I prefer the two that follow him. Booker and Harden, for me, those are two better picks than Edwards and Banchero. Sabonis is up there. Şengün, personally, like him a lot, so I can put him on this tier. But of course, I repeat, I would prefer Devin Booker and James Harden. Then, on the second round, Amen Thompson. For me, a little too early. But it wasn't the worst pick of the round. It was a very strange pick, a very strange round, which follows with Embiid on the 2.5. I don't know, man. Embiid can be a league winner, of course, for sure, if he stays healthy. But when will he stay healthy? You know, that's the main question. Remind you that on the lock-in format is the best format for Embiid. He only needs to play one game and leave you with a good luck. Remind you that. So that's why you say, hey, Leo, but I see like another industry mock drafts and he's falling to the 5th and the 6th. Man, if he falls to the 5th and the 6th on lock-in mode, grab him and win your league. Of course, if he's able to stand on his feet. But I have to talk about LaMelo Ball. I like LaMelo Ball's pick. I'm high on him this season. I mean, he has to show up sometime, you know. He has to play. So I like the pick. LeBron James, I liked the pick kind of before the injury news, but it was this draft happened before the injury news. So I would grade like a 7 out of 10 this LeBron James, but I like LaMelo Ball. Don't like Embiid. I would prefer, for example, Jalen Johnson. This was the first time somebody stole my heart and sniped me, because when I was mocking, I really thought Jalen Johnson was gonna fall for my range. But spoiler alert, I didn't know that Kevin Durant was gonna fall, so I was very happy with this as well. Jalen Johnson, really like him, especially on points league. Even Mobley, incredible as well, very good pick for my friend here. Jalen Brunson, for me, one of the worst picks of the draft, one of the worst picks of the round, consequently. I don't like him. I don't like him here. I don't like him even in the back end of the second and in the start of the third. And I'm gonna tell you why. Is he bad? No. But he's more valuable in formats that will value the consistency and not the explosion of the player. He has explosion. He has shown this. But he was playing 40 minutes a night. And I don't think, I may be wrong, I don't think he's gonna repeat this. So he would see a tick down on minutes, on points, on assists, and that's the reason why I would prefer, for me, that's crazy, that's mental to pick Brunson before Maxey. I really like Maxey. Maxey was a really good pick. Maxey is better than Brunson in every single format, I'd say, you know. But that being said, Kevin Durant 4 for me. I didn't believe in the first time, but I'll tell you my check of thought. I was really in doubt between Kevin Durant and Donovan Mitchell. Those are the two names for me. I wasn't considering anybody else. I really like those two, but for me, Kevin Durant is better. And he's very good on the sleeper locking format. Donovan Mitchell as well. I'm high on Donovan Mitchell, and for me, Donovan Mitchell is a steal here. For me, he's better than Brunson. He's better than Embiid. He's better than LeBron James. So Kevin Durant as well, of course. For me, Kevin Durant, if you pick LeBron James, you should pick Kevin Durant before. Okay? So I was sniped in Jalen Johnson, but it was like a good reward with Kevin Durant. So Shea and Kevin Durant was the scheme of my team around this round. So following Bam Adebayo, I really like him as well. I see that a lot of analysts are not that high on him, but I don't understand why, to be honest. Especially on points league locking format. He's very good, very solid, and without Jimmy, he has to shine. In a weak East, Miami's not gonna tank. Scottie Barnes, a good pick that can be a steal. He has first round potential. He has explosion. He has locking format appeal. But I prefer Donovan Mitchell and Kevin Durant. That's why I didn't consider him on my pick. But on the 2.13, that's an amazing pick to pair Luka Doncic with him. Very good. Stephen Curry, I really like him. He's my favorite player. But bias aside, it's good value. If you have Jokic, you gotta pair with guards and forwards. And I really like Curry here. I think that's the basically the range that I predicted for him. So good pick, not much to add. He's gonna still making everything work for Golden State with Jimmy Butler, which helped him. And Darren Fox, I'm not that high on Fox, but I'll take that pick. I'm not bad at that. J-Dub, I like him as well, and his versatility is very good on this format, so okay. But I prefer to pick Josh Giddey, for example here, which was the second pick. The next pick, and Ja Morant, I really like as well. Josh Giddey for me is a steal alert. I really like Josh Giddey here. Josh Giddey, for example, for me, it's better than Scottie Barnes, it's better than Curry, it's better than Fox, it's better than J-Dub. You know, it's better than Jalen Brunson. He's toe-to-toe with Maxey, toe-to-toe with all of the names of the second round, basically. So if you're considering on him on the second round and you feel like he's not coming back, you can reach for him. It's no problem. His usage will be awesome, and he is stat better. So I really like this pick here. And spoiler alert, in the end of the draft, I was able to trade Josh Giddey for Jaylen Brown. So the guy who picked Jaylen Brown was really in doubt between Brown and Giddey, and I prefer Giddey over Brown. And in the end, I talked to him and I was able to trade. So consider that that Giddey is my pick here and Jaylen Brown is his pick because we traded. So I was very happy. Sorry, I was very happy to get my boy Giddey, who is a reigning champ as well, because I got him last season and he was one of my MVPs for the title. So I'm willing to repeat that. Jumping in here to tell you to please leave in the comments what you think about my team, because I know I can be a little bit biased. And of course, leave your like, subscribe, send to your friends, and let's keep going. Ja Morant, good pick as well. Remind you, locking format, Ja Morant and injury-prone players gains value. And I feel like it's about time, Ja Morant. Don't get banned. Don't get like suspended for playing with your Glock, you know. He's very good. He will have usage without Bane, more usage with JJJ out. He needs to show up for his city, and let's see if he makes up a raid inside his city, as he says. So going forward, Jaylen Brown, I like as well this pick. For me, it's very good, and also his versatility is something that we should talk about on this format, because it really helps. And besides that, Zion Williamson, for me, very good pick. I think he has first round potential. Jaylen Brown, just to add on Jaylen Brown, of course, his usage will see a bump. Jason Tatum is expected to come back, like miraculously. His recovery has been amazing, but Jaylen Brown will be their main player, the franchise player, and he will see like a tick on his fantasy production. So that's why the reason he's very good here. Zion Williamson, good as well. When he plays, he's amazing. The thing is, will he play how many games? 40 plus, 50 plus. If he plays 50 plus, that's paid. Like, you pay the value, that's amazing. Okay. If he's around 40 less, so it would be a shame. That's not a great pick. But that's the risk, right? Because if we knew that he would play 70 games, he would be going like after Mobley, Jalen Johnson, and all of the guy on the second round. Okay. Cooper Flag, very interesting. I projected this range for him. I think that it's okay. Not much to add. It's not somebody that I'm reaching for in the drafts, because he landed on a spot with a lot of kings, you know, with Kyrie, with AD, a lot of guys to steal his stats. Of course, Kyrie is out, I know, and he may feast on the beginning, but I don't know. It wasn't a bad pick. After all, good pick, all good. Siakam, for me, one of the best picks. I'm really high on Siakam. Siakam in Toronto already showed what he can do. First with triple-double every single game. I don't know how it's going to be in Indy, but I believe he will beat this rank. I'm very confident. So, really good pick. For my friend here, which I already shouted out, Mobley pick and Trae Young, so very good draft for him as well. Chet Holmgren in the third. Locking format, not bad. I'll take that. Not mad at that. Franz Wagner. I'm low on Franz Wagner. His production, his average, you can see here, that was very good. If you can see the game log on last season, you see like a lot of big games, 43, 34, 34, 35, without Paulo Banchero. When Paulo got back, he didn't explode that much with a lot of yellow games, struggling to pass in the 25 barrier. I don't like very much. And on top of that, Bane just came. How's gonna be? How's gonna be the usage? Who's gonna take more shots? Who's gonna be the second option? I'm not sure. It's not an awful pick, but I'm not very high on Franz Wagner, so I would prefer to pass on him. JJJ, he's injured. Without his injured, I would project him in the end of the second. I really like JJJ when he's playing. Of course, he's kind of a prone guy. Let's see if he can stay healthy. Jamal Murray on points league, okay. Basically one of the last picks on the third. That's fine. Not mad at that. Kawhi Leonard, I'm high on him this season. Of course, there's the risk. I'm already mentioned. It's a locking format. You can take risk. So if you take a risk on a guy such as Embiid, such as Zion, such as Kawhi, try to not double down on your bet and pick those guys like all together. Try to be wise and mitigate the risk. So I'm all good. Paulo, I'm in. Kawhi, all good. Vucevic finishing the third round. It's a good pick as well. I don't know why people are so low on him. He can be traded, okay, but he's not gonna be traded to a place that he won't play. So wherever he goes, he will beat this range. So I'm confident on him, especially on locking formats. I'm telling you again, and he doesn't miss games, so there's not a lot of risk there. So I like this pick. Tyler Hero, he was one of the guys I was considering in my third prior to his injury. So when he got injured, he fought on the draft. But I'd say that's a good range. On the fourth round, Tyler Hero, he will be amazing when he plays. He has like all of the upside of a 2-rounder. So all good. I really like this pick. Brandon Miller, like it as well. Good pick. Let's see if Charlotte will finally do something. Austin Reeves gets a bump without LeBron to start off like going crazy. Really like this pick. Trey Murphy, I'm high on him as well. I think he will do well, but I don't know if he will repeat what he done last season because let me remind you that DeJounte was out and Zion was missing games. So it will be difficult for Trey to keep his standard that high. On top of that, Poole came to the Pels, so let's see how it's gonna be the division. Lauri Markkanen, that's a tricky one, especially when you have Embiid, my boy. If you have Embiid and you're picking Markkanen as your fourth, I really don't like this draft. Really don't like this draft. I'm sorry, bro. Embiid, Franz Wagner, and Markkanen, potential, and of course Şengün is your first pick. Potential worst draft here. Don't like him. Here, I would say Markkanen in the fifth or in the back end of the fourth for the fifth, but Markkanen has already shown an all-star level, so he can shut my mouth and play like an all-star. In Utah, I doubt it. Again, so but I don't know. Let's see. It can work. Jimmy Butler, I like this pick on this range. It's fine for me, especially on points league. So it's somebody that you can reach, you can grab even in the end of the fourth. And let me remind you, this is a 14-team league. If you're playing a 10 teams league or a 12 teams league, it's normal that if you do the math, they will fall to the fifth, and you gotta compare to your format. Okay, so Jimmy Butler would normally go in the fifth round on 12 teams. So for me, it's a good range here. Jalen Duren, I really like him. I picked him last season, but he was one of the most frustrated guys ever. I got very frustrated with him because I had really high expectations. He's a double-double machine. But I don't know, man. He's addicted to committing early fouls and getting his minutes kept. So I hated him for this. But in the end of the season, he got better. So he has all of the potential to smash his ranking. So that's a good pick. Jay Allen. I don't like this pick, and I'm gonna tell you why. Is it because I hate Jay Allen? Of course not. But if you're grabbing a center and you have Zubac available, if you have Kessler available, why on earth you gotta grab Jay Allen? He's solid, he has a safe floor, but I see his ceiling a little bit capped with Mobley, and I would not grab Jay Allen here. I would grab Zubac as well. I really like Zubac. He was named the steal of the draft, last year's draft, which I drafted him. I made a perfect draft last year. I grabbed Zubac on the 9th round, and he finished like being one of my, I think he was the MVP of my team. Every single week, locking with 35 plus, playing every game. I love you, Zuzu. Unfortunately, somebody just sniped you. Sniped you just before me. Very good pick here. Really like him. That being said, what I was thinking in the 4th round was I should grab Zubac or Avdija. I really hope one of the two falls for me. And my decision was very easy because Zubac was sniped, so Avdija dropped for me. And as I said on previous videos, I'm really high on Avdija. I really like him. So I would take this chance and repeat this pick every single night. Doesn't matter if Grant starts. Grant will be fake injured soon, and Avdija, even if he comes out of the bench, I'm confident he will play 30 plus minutes. And I really loved this pick because when I came to the draft, I was thinking I need to leave the draft with Avdija, quickly, Sharp. Spoiler: I was able to get them. So I would talk about them later on. Desmond Bane. It's a good pick. I think the range of him going out is around this area. I prefer Kessler, for example. I really like Kessler. I think he's a pretty solid pick here. But I don't know if I would get Bane before Kessler or even Dyson Daniels, or even Derrick White. For me, Derrick White on the 5th is a very good pick. I would say Derrick White would go on my rankings. He would go on the middle of the 4th or even the beginning of the 4th. So I was surprised to see him fall this hard. But yeah, Desmond Bane, we gotta see. I don't know how Orlando's gonna be. He's gonna be the 3rd option, maybe the 2nd. Orlando, they don't know how to shoot, and Bane does. So let's see how Bane works with them. He has a lot of potential. He has already shown without Ja what he can do. So it's not a bad pick at all. But I really like Kessler's pick here. I know the Utah factor, it's worrying, but I really like him here, even especially in the lock-in format, because Kessler is the guy that all of a sudden he'll grab 20 rebounds and he'll give you a 45 plus games. So very good pick. Poto, I think was a little bit early, but it's not a crime. I'm not mad at that. He has a lot of potential to give you strong locks, but I don't know if they're gonna play him a lot of minutes, if you're gonna play small ball. I'm not sure. Let's see. Dyson Daniels from me here, it's okay, good pick. Derrick White for me, it's an amazing pick. Dyson Daniels one of my steals of the draft last year as well. I picked him on the 13th pick, and he helped me win the league. Of course, I grabbed Zubac, I grabbed him, and they helped me a lot. I really love Daniels. That being said, I don't know how it's gonna be this year, especially on the offensive production, with him being the last option on the attack with Trey, with Porzingis, with JJ, with him and Risacher. Okay, he and Zachary Risacher tied in the last option. I'm not sure, but it's a good pick. Derrick White, amazing pick. DeRozan, it's a good pick. I see a lot of people are low on him, but on the 5th, I'd say that's okay. And Lavine, the same thing. I think DeRozan and Lavine are not exciting picks, but they're good. They're good. They do their function. But I'd prefer, for example, Miles Bridges over both of them, and quickly over the three of them. And that's why I got so happy that quickly fall for me. I see that quickly falling the fifth, even the sixth, is not something uncommon. I already mentioned on previous videos. But for me, he's a steal, man. If you go to his game log, you'll be able to see even on his last season, which was not the best season, he was playing like less than 30 minutes a lot of times. He's giving you like 35. He's giving you like 35, 33. His easiness to get assists really drives me, really gets me. And I really like him. 15 assists in 32 minutes, 21 points. And we have already seen in the preseason he taking like 20 shots in a half of a game. He will have usage. So I'm taking the chance. He's one of the bets that I have for this year. A lot of analysts may not agree, but I'll double down. Quickly is my guy. I really like him. DeJounte Murray here, I really don't like this pick. I really don't like. For me, it's too early. I think he would come back to the 6th and the 7th. And I don't like him. I would prefer some of the names that went right before, right after. And I'm gonna highlight some of the names here. Porzingis, really like. Anunoby, I'm down on him. Don't like him. He will not play as many minutes. I'm not that high. And on top of that, he's only PF eligible, so I don't like him. Brandon Ingram, I'm cool with that. But not if you already have like Jalen Johnson, Chet, Jimmy Butler. I don't know. But it's not bad. It's not a bad pick. If he stays healthy, he will crush his ranking by far. Josh Hart, I didn't like this pick. Do not draft Josh Hart here. And of course, it's the same guy that picked Franz Wagner and beat Şengün Markkanen. My guy, I don't know if you lost a bet or something, but I don't like your draft. Cam Thomas, a little bit too early for me as well. I don't know how's going to be the Brooklyn situation, if he's going to sit in the half of the season. But when he plays, he will shoot even his house, even his mother. He will shoot everything, anything, anytime. So he will have a production. And in this format, it doesn't matter if he's inefficient. It's the same. So not that bad, but I think it's too early. Miles Turner, okay, not too crazy about this. Kobe White, really like him. RJ Barrett, for me, it's a good pick. I don't understand why a lot of analysts are really down on RJ, because he will give you good production numbers on fantasy. I like him, especially on the 6th and 7th if you're playing like last team format. Julius Randle, solid pick here as well on the points league format. Lock-in. He's somebody that is consistent on the 25, 30. He's not gonna explode a lot, but he's okay. Ayton, I like this pick as well. I think he's gonna give you like strong locks, but he'll give you like awful games as well. But that's the beauty of the locking format. You gotta be smart on when to lock or when to risk it. So Ayton, you shouldn't be too risky with him. Jalen Green, I think, is a potential steal here as well. Jalen Green in Phoenix, I don't know how it's gonna be, but he has the chance to revamp his career and finally get the tag of bust out of his career. So I like the chances. Paul George, too early for me. I would not pick too early. Paul George here. And Castle here for me, one of the busts of the draft. How you gonna pick Castle on the 6th, my man? And the same guy, my man. The same guy. So do not do this. Do not do this. I really don't like those two picks. I prefer Jordan Poole, for example. I prefer Gobert. Gobert is a really solid guy. I don't know if I wouldn't choose him prior to Jay Allen, for example. I really like Gobert, and he's an underrated guy. So note his name down on your drafts. Kyrie Irving on the 6th. I think it's too early as well. I would wait. But if you are able to do a great draft and like resist and do not lose a lot of matches prior for his comeback, you're gonna be fine because he will play this season. Marky Williams, for me, amazing pick, and not so much. And I'm gonna tell you why. If it was me picking, I think it will be very good pick. But if you're the guy who picked Anthony Davis, Zion, and DeJounte Murray, you're picking Williams, you're not doubling down on your bet, you are tripling and quadrupling. It's crazy work. But he can play, he can stay healthy, he will crush this rank. He's an amazing locking player, he'll give strong locks, a lot of boards, a lot of points, a lot of blocks. Good pick if you don't have an injury-prone roster. Alex Sarr, here in my pick, to be honest, I was with Sarr and Sharp written down for this range, for the 6 and the 7, and I was very happy that I could live with both of them. Sarr, I really like him. I really like Sarr. I really hoping he would take a leap on the second year, and I'm very happy that I was able to draft him. So he was my first option here. Got him, amazing. Santi Aldama. I'm high on Aldama this season. I don't know if 6 was a little bit too early. Maybe it was because some of the names, for example, Sharp, I'll take him prior to Aldama. Nembhard, I really like this name. Alzar, some names here I really like prior to Aldama. But Aldama, there's a context of the league that this guy really likes Aldama, and there are some guys that would try to steal him. So it's valid. If you're thinking Aldama's not gonna come back, just grab him, because I think the fun part of the draft of the fantasy league is one of the main things. You gotta grab your guys, you gotta be happy with your team. So I like this pick after all. Devin Vassell, not that high on him. But it's okay. I don't know. I would prefer some names that came right after. Garland for me is one of them. For me, he's a steal. On the 6.13, of course, he only fell because he injured, but he's very good and he's gonna come back. So, great pick. John Collins, hate this pick. Too early. Too early. McCollum, good pick. I think this will be more or less the range that he's gonna go either way. He's gonna have the ball in Washington. I don't know if he's gonna play into the end of the season, but meanwhile he's playing, he's gonna produce a lot. So Nick Claxton, I really like the player Nick Claxton. He's amazing. He has a lot of fantasy potential, but how's it gonna be? How many minutes he'll play for each night? I'm not sure. So I'd say that's an okay pick, but I prefer some that came right after. Keontae George, one of my guys. I really like him as well. I'm higher on him than the majority of the people. I like him. Maybe we get like some of the names prior to him. But Keontae is very good on locking formats. I like him. So you should write his name down, because if your league's not full of crazy guys very addicted to fantasy, he will drop even more to the 8th or even the 9th. You should grab him with more value. Michael Porter, really like this pick. I'm high on Michael Porter. For me, Aldama and Michael Porter in this turn, you're fine. It's okay. Michael Porter, I like him. I prefer him way better than Aldama. But as I said, there was some context. And Michael Porter in Brooklyn, he will shoot everything, anything that is moving, my man. So I really like it. I really like this pick. I have concerns, but we're talking about a 7th pick. I don't know if Brooklyn will play him a lot of minutes and a lot of time into the end of the season. I don't think so, but it is a good pick. Shaedon Sharp, of course, I'm a little biased talking about my team, but I really like this pick. Shaedon Sharp for me is gonna be one of the most improved player candidates. I love him. I love this pick. Even more with Scoot out, he's an elite scorer. He has everything to take the lead this season. Portland has a good team. They can compete. They can fight for playoffs. So I really like Shaedon Sharp here. Very happy that I got him. He was one of the names that I had here for this turn, and especially on the 7th. So going forward, Nembhard, good pick. Writing down, he can be the sleeper if he falls. Here on the 7th, I don't think he's a steal, but he's okay. Ben Mathurin, another one that you can write down, because I think he will fall in the majority of the drafts. He can be a steal. Here is okay in a value, but he can be like a league winner if he produces, if he takes the leap expected. But I don't know. We've seen him without Halliburton last season, and he didn't do much. But in a locking format, he only needs one big game, and he does that. He goes like 3 games being asked, and then Kobe Bryant in form of mentoring. So good pick. Norman Powell, I'm not that high on him. So I'd say that's an okay pick, especially with Hero out to start the season. Okongu, I really like him, but I don't know. I think it was a little bit too early for Okongu because with Porzingis, he's not gonna have the usage in the minutes he had last season. But of course, Okongu for me is one of the biggest potential here. So it's not a bad pick at all. I like him. I was expecting to get Okongu on my turn on the 8th. So, but somebody sniped me. Ausar Thompson, I really like this pick. Finally, my man. I really like Ausar Thompson's pick in this range. I'm high on him this season. Mikal Bridges, not excited. Not excited for him. I don't like this pick. Anthony Simons can be the steal if he starts, but rumors is that Boston will not start him and they are planning to trade him. So I'm not sure. Let's see how it goes. Keleo Ware, the king of preseason. The hype is on. I really like this guy. He's like an Wemby, like B League Wemby, G League Wemby. He's amazing. And for fantasy, he will produce. He will give you points. He will give you boards. He will give you blocks. And he only needs one big game, and he will do this. So I'm very, I like this. I like this pick a lot. Ken Johnson, okay. Peyton Pritchard, okay. I'm higher on him than I am on Anthony Simons. Then I am on Michael Bridges. Then I am on Norman Powell. So I would get him before all of those names I just mentioned. Before Ken Johnson, of course. So I like him in Boston. He already showed what he can do. So good pick. Jaden Ivey here. He's already shown what he can do when healthy. Let's see how he bounces back. But he bounces back. But he's a very interesting player. Chris Brown, don't like very much to be honest. But he's okay. Not a bad pick. Aaron Wiggins, I prefer Aaron Wiggins, for example, than the last 2 picks. For me, he will produce in Miami, especially on locking format. Jabari, for me, it's a reach. Too early. Again, my boy. You had just got it right with Alzar. Don't like that much. I would avoid. Malik Monk, awful pick. Don't do this. Malik Monk, prior to your 10th, do not do this. Just because I'm telling this, he will like break out. He will be like 6th man of the year, but I don't think so. Do not pick Malik Monk here. There's a lot of guys in Sacramento. Matas Buzelis, I really like this pick. For me, one of the potential steals of the draft. He may be a league winner if he develops well, but I don't think he will be this crazy guy from the beginning, especially with Vucevic. If Vucevic gets traded, I think he can get a bigger jump. But I really like Buzelis here. I think it's a good range for you to grab him. You can like expect him to fall, but I don't think he will. So if you're on the 7 to 8, I would try to grab him and guarantee. Because, for example, I would get Buzelis over prior to Norman Powell, for example, which was his last pick, and Christian Brown, Ivy, all of the names here, I would get Buzelis prior to them. PJ Washington, for me, there's a shitty pick as well. I don't like this pick at all. I don't understand this, to be honest. D'Angelo Russell as well. I don't like this pick. I like the D'Angelo Russell pick if you have Kyrie. If you have Kyrie, that's a good flyer to have. So I'm not that excited for D'Angelo Russell here. For me, that's a crazy one. Of course, he may feast in the beginning, but he has like a timestamp on him. So not excited. Coming from me, of course, another time a little bit biased. You may say, and I want you on the comments, please rate my team, so I'm not that biased. I really like Kevin Porter here. He's one of the bets I'm trying to make this season. He may flop, but I'm high on him. I think he has all of the potential to do well. We can see here on his game log that he had some amazing games on the later run. You can see here with 33, 32, 25 with only 25 minutes. He's a good player with a lot of potential. And there's nobody to be the point guard. Or him, or Cole Anthony. I think he's going to start. And the preseason has already shown us this. So I'm very happy that I got him here. Moving forward. Bobby Portis. I understand this pick because he has Giannis Antetokounmpo. And when Giannis is out, Bobby it gets crazy. His crazy eyes get even crazier. He drops you 50. So it was a safe pick. You have to understand the concept of the picks. So he grabbed Bobby Portis only because he was afraid that he wasn't gonna come back, and he knows that the other guy here really likes him. So that's the contest. You gotta know your enemies. You gotta know your friends and opponents on your league, so you can know where to reach for each player. Camara, he was a big snipe for my man here. I was really hoping he would be my 9th pick, but he sniped Camara. I really like this pick. For me, he's one of the best picks here. Jaden McDaniels, not excited. Tyree Eason, shitty pick. Ace Bailey, okay. On the 9th round, I think it's too early, but I don't know. He may pay off. Donovan Klingon, I think a little bit early, but it's a good pick with a lot of potential. Bilal, he's injured to start the season. I don't like the pick here. I would wait longer for him. He had like a good season last season, but I don't know. There's a lot of guys in Washington, so I was gonna, I don't know. I would prefer to wait around later to grab Washington guys, which was what I did. We're gonna talk soon about this. Podziemski, I don't like this pick a lot because he may not start, and I'm telling this because I grabbed Podziemski as my 8th pick last year, and I was very frustrated because they started to say no, Podziemski is gonna be shooting 8 threes by night, 9 threes by night. Okay, start the season he was going to the bench, so I don't trust Steve Kerr that much, but I really like Podziemski as a player. Hartenstein, his was surprisingly a good pick for me. I didn't know he was gonna fall for on the 9th, but you can see in the log, even with like playing less than 30 minutes, he drops you good logs like 28, 31, 31, 25, 26, 31. He's not an exciting player, but he's a solid one with a good floor, and you gotta balance your team. So I like the Hartenstein pick here. He always doesn't miss a lot of games. He plays like 67, 74, 82, 68. Of course, the first season, I'm not gonna mention his, but I'm not gonna mention the first season because it doesn't count. But yeah, he's a solid pick here. So I like this pick. Not the most exciting one. I really like Camara here, if I was to be honest, and I got sniped. So yeah, Hartenstein was the pick. Collier, too early. Wendell Carter, too early. Beal, okay. I'm excited to see what Beal's gonna do, but I think it's maybe too early, but it's okay. I'll take this. Kuminga, he can beat this range easily if he plays, but I don't know, Steve Kerr effect as well. Bob Carrington, okay. Aaron Gordon, okay, not exciting. Naz Reid, okay, not exciting. Kuzma, I think a little bit too early. I think he will drop to the 10th, even the 11th pick. Drew, without Scoot, okay. Zach Edey, he's injured to start the season, but I like this pick. Keegan Murray, I really don't like Keegan Murray. Even prior to his injury, I don't think he's an exciting fantasy player. And I don't know, I'm not that high on him. Kelly Oubre, I think he's okay. Not amazing, but again, we are in the 10th round. There's not going to be an amazing player. Tobias Harris, not an exciting player. It's okay, meh pick. I would not do this, but okay. It's not bad. Rich Shepard, an intriguing pick, but for me, he's a good bet. I don't know. You're in the 10th round, a 14-team league. Why not? You know, he should be starting. He must be the starter. He must generate you some points. And I don't know, in the locking format, I don't know if he's gonna give you like a lot of strong locks, but who's to say? Okay. Jalen Suggs for me too early. Draymond Green, not the exciting pick, but he produces. He generates points. It's okay. Dan Gafford, I don't know, too early for me. DiVincenzo can be a steal if he starts. Keyshawn George, what I was talking about the Washington Wizards, I repeat this. But for me, Keyshawn is the best prospect that they have. He's a potential all-defense guy. He's developed his own shot. So in the 10th, he's versatile. I'll take this. Quentin Grimes, I really like this pick. He was one of the guys that helped me win the league last season. I got him on the waiver wire. He was crazy. I think he's gonna start. I don't know how Philly is gonna treat him with his new deal. That's is basically said that he's gonna leave the team on next season. But okay, Jason Tatum, he was a crazy pick when he did this. But right after it started going out, like Jason Tatum may be coming back. He may be playing after the All-Star. He may be playing in January. I don't know what's gonna happen. But that being said, I would prefer to wait a little bit more on Jason Tatum, not grab him on the 10th. But I don't know, man. He can be a league winner. I don't know. He's gonna be like he's being miraculously cured. And if he comes back, he will be trouble. The league is in trouble. Everybody's afraid of Jason Tatum coming back in the 10th. Dillon Brooks, I wouldn't do this. Jay Grant, I'm not high on him. I don't like him. I don't like him as a player. I think he's lazy. I don't like his fantasy game. But we're in the 10th, so okay. Sexton, I prefer Sexton. I'd rather give the chance on Sexton. Prior to some of the names that I just mentioned. Now we are on the flyer territory, so I'm gonna highlight some of them so you don't miss a lot of times. But please leave me on the comments if you want me to deep dive on some player on each team or some specific team. I'm sorry. Okay, going forward in the 12th round, I picked Igor Demin. He's not the most exciting prospect, but he's gonna start. So for me, it is a good pick. Sorry, I skipped the 11th round. So let me talk first about the 11th round. I picked Kyle Filipovsky. I don't think he's gonna start, but I think he will have a lot of value on the second, third, and progressively having more second, third month and progressively getting more value because we don't know what can happen in Utah. And Kyle already shown what he can do. He was the Summer League MVP. I think he'll have minutes. And I think he's a good player. So that's a belief of mine. I think he's a good player and he will show that he's worth to develop. So to be developed. So I liked him. Diabate, I like this pick too. Some other name that I would like to highlight here is on the next round of picks, which is Scoot Henderson in the 12th pick. He can be a steal. I don't know how much time he's gonna be out. I don't think a lot, but I don't know, man. This is a make or break season for Scoot. He's already been tagged as a bust, and rightfully so. But he has everything to get this tag out of him. So that's the season. And this is when I grabbed Igor Demin. I like this pick. I think he's a good fighter to have. Again, there's not a lot of exciting names on the board, but I'm okay with this. He will play in Brooklyn, and let's see if he can produce this. After this, I don't know. My next pick was J Huff, and then I picked Isaiah Jackson on the waiver wire. Right now, I would tell you to pick Isaiah Jackson before J Huff. I think he's the first on the line to start. So I have both, and I'm just starting to begin the season. And the other names here are not very exciting. So some names that I want to highlight for you, for example, is Nehemias Queta. He can be a steal. He can be starting center for Boston. If he plays minutes, he'll grab some rebounds. He can leave you with a lock or two. So it's a good pick. Al Horford in the 13th is a good pick as well. I don't know how many minutes he'll play, how's going to be the minute split with Quentin Post. He's a valid bet, but I don't think he's being a league winner. You know, we all know what Horford can do even when he starts. And to finish, I would say as well, 2 picks. Firstly, Mitchell Robinson. He can be a steal if he plays a lot of minutes. We already see how many boards he can grab with a short amount of minutes. And of course, my pick here, Adem Bona, he may be a league winner, maybe, because we never know what's gonna happen to Embiid. So I grabbed him thinking of this, and today some footage leaked of they were playing with Embiid on the 4th as a power forward. So there's a small chance they can start together, which would be amazing. So Bono has already shown on the preseason he's elite ring defender, and he's a very useful player. So I like this pick as well. And to finish, I would highlight some picks here. Firstly, Cockburner, he can start on the Charlotte Hornets. You're on the 14th pick, man, so why not? He can have his minutes split with Diabate, which is the pick here, and also Plumlee is there. It's a crazy situation, but why not? They pick Westbrook here. I don't know. It depends on which club he will play for. I grabbed Davion Mitchell because for me, if you're on the 14th, if you're the 15th round, and yeah, my league has 15 rounds, with 15 players on the roster. You have on the starting PG, you can see here that Davion Mitchell will start. Of course, it's not my main source, but I can tell you here, I can show you here, for example, here on the depth chart, the first PG is Davion Mitchell. And he had a great run the last season, on the last game of the season. You can see here playing 35 plus minutes, and he's known for his defense, for his dog in him. He's a good player. So in the last pick, to see how he goes, with Hero out, I'll take this. This was my draft. I was really happy with my team, mainly for the names that I had on the board. Giddy, which I traded for, Avija, Sharp, Kevin Durant in the second, quickly already said, Kevin Porter Jr. I'm really excited to see what these guys are gonna do. So I'm really happy with my team. So please, leave in the comments what you think about my team, because I know I can be a little bit biased. So please let me know your thoughts. This league is worth money, a lot of money, very considerable amount of money, and I want to win this again. So if you came until here, leave your like. Thank you so much. I'm just starting, as you know, so please help me to keep doing this content, and I'm gonna respond to every single comment here. Thanks so much, guys. See you next time.